Hey there everyone, this is Wings of Wax and we are back with more Slay the Spire. So yeah, we're on Ascension 3. Let's make sure that I'm actually on Ascension 3 here. For the Ironclad, we were able to come through with our Ascension 2 run yesterday, so let's see what we can do today. Elites are deadlier. Alright, well, means they're either going to have more HP, or they're going to deal more damage, or they're going to have an increase, or some type of like stat boost. Transformer card, obtain 100 gold, take 24 damage to gain 250 gold. Oops, that's the wrong one. We want the map. So we can get to a shop early on. And if that's the case, we can get to a super elite. Yeah, I'm not really sure you actually want to do a super elite. And if I go, this is basically the same path. Yeah, it's the same path. Okay. Our elites are kind of in this run, that's for sure. So I guess like this is a pretty reasonable, or this is a pretty reasonable path to be able to take. Probably this one here, because we get three combats before we get to the elite up here, and then we have a choice at this crossroads to go fight the super elite, which is a rest, and then another regular elite. So we're gonna shoot for this direction, but we have the plan B of being able to go up this way, so, or be able to go up this way if we want to. And I think that's going to be the path. So we can hit a store. Is it worth taking 24 damage over, though? I would say in Ascension 20, it's definitely not worth taking 24 damage over. Right here, though, it might actually be worth it, because we actually do get to a campfire right before the first elite. And we do have a shop, so we could get a premium relic. So let's go for it. Alright, I just want to try to take as little damage as possible. I think it's okay to actually deal 6 damage here and take 2. Obviously, we'd like to be able to block as much as possible, but I think this is fine. So if we get 3 strikes here... Awesome. Moving on, let's see. Iron Wave is probably the clear pickup. Combust is fine. I definitely value this card way higher earlier on in my runs, and it's good, but I think Iron Wave is just a stronger card right now. Being able to block and attack in the same card is just fantastic for us. Yeah, we're just gonna Iron Wave, and I'm okay with taking 1 damage. This makes it so 2 strikes actually kills you, so... Oops, there we go. We got attack potion, that's fantastic. Battle trance and flame barrier. This card shows up very rarely. So isn't this one though. But flame barrier is clearly the better card. Battle trance is better once we actually have some more like maybe like an anger in the deck, or just like better cards other than like strikes and defends, which right now we don't really have. So I think we're gonna go for the flame barrier here. See what we get for a shop. What do we get? Anchor. Ooh. And we actually get a membership card, so that'll help us out throughout the remainder of this run. I think we're going to take membership card no matter what. And then I think Anger actually helps us out to be able to deal extra damage early on. From there, I could see like us taking card removal service and impervious. We could take Seeing Red. Not sure Rampage is actually better than impervious or Seeing Red though. Sure. I think we take impervious card removal service to get rid of a strike, since we're just going to get upgrades of strikes anyways. And that's just like, do we take another potion here? We can actually take 2 potions, and we don't have another shop, do we? I should probably double check that. We don't have another shop. So, we could fill up on potions here, which if I do, probably the weak potion and the strength potion are the 2 best things. Let's go for it. That way we actually have some fight against these 2 elites when we get up there. And obviously this one too once we get to it. But there is 1 combat in between. We already have a decent enough deck to be able to take out the first elite, so let's go for the question mark. Otherwise I would fight the other combat there, the other hallway fight, just so that way we can try to get another card for the deck. But strength potion for a relic, sure. Ooh, Juzu bracelet. So normal enemies do no longer appear in combat rooms, so that'll be actually very useful for us. Well, we're no longer going to get the boot. Oh, God. I'm so distraught by that. Oh, boy. Well, these are actually, like, fine to no longer get, so that's fine. That's the only reason why I went to go check this out. Let's see. Well, probably... Against all combats, what's going to be the best thing for us? So these are not good against Gremlin Knob, that's for sure. This is really good against all enemies. This is also really good against all enemies. I think we're going to go for an Iron Wave upgrade here. And they'll probably go for a Bash next. Let's go for the Juzu bracelet actually activated, so fantastic. Let's get rid of another strike here. Yeah, let's get rid of another strike here. Let's go for the Elite. Lagavulin should be okay. Do we want to wait until we get a Bash? I think we do. Okay. Let's bring it. Hopefully we get that Flame Barrier back pretty soon. Nice. We actually got it here. Question is, do we actually use it is what I'm wondering. Is Bash better than just saving damage here? I think saving some health actually might just be better for us. He does get dealt 4 damage from this too, so we have Impervious for this turn. Alright, so if we could draw the Bash here, then that'd be very helpful. Yes, yes, that'd be very, very helpful. That's what we're looking for. Alright, we have Iron Wave and Flame Barrier. We get another Flame Barrier Iron Wave turn. I'm not going to complain. Okay, we have to deal a large chunk of damage this turn. That was a pretty good one. Flame Barrier, how much is going to deal? 6. It's not enough to be able to kill you, unfortunately. So I guess we Flame Barrier and just go for the strike here. We'll take our 10. Bash and Iron Wave, unfortunately, do not kill you. 6 plus this will be probably 7. Yeah. And we're going to be getting a fresh draw. I think we save our life total here. We need 3 attacks to be able to kill him on the following turn. Well, this will make it so that way he's actually dead. So fantastic. Thank you for that vulnerability. Searing Blow, nah. We don't have like armaments or anything like that to upgrade it. So, which apparently armaments or apotheosis, they actually do scale this card. So you can actually keep upgrading it over the course of combats. Twin Strike is probably the best bet. We're looking for another Strike Plus anyways, and yeah, like that's probably better than seeing red right now. Get Sundial. So just to clarify, we are going for Act 3. We're not going for the Heart. That's what you need to do for Ascension mode, because the Heart is kind of like extra credit. And this would be the time when we probably want to heal, right? I think we would. That way we can actually go fight the Super Elite if this combat goes okay, which it looks like it should. So... he's not attacking. Okay. Thank you. You're so generous. True Grit, probably the best card here. Clash, I definitely overrate, but it is better when you're only fighting Act 3 bosses and you're not fighting the Hearts. So this is like a consideration, but I think True Grit is just going to be better for us in the long run. Alrighty. Considering going for the Flame Barrier. Unfortunately, it does give him a strength boost, but I'm not sure that's actually worth it. I think actually just trying to deal more damage this turn is just better for us, especially since he's vulnerable. We drew Impervious. Alright, fine. This is the scary turn. We could potentially use a potion here. This is the, yeah, this is the Super Elite. So we have 8, and if I go for this, that'll be extra 14, right? I think it's 14. So we have 22, and if I find an attack from this attack potion, that's probably will lead us in that direction of being able to kill him. So yeah, let's go for that. Save us some health this round. Oops, I did not mean to click on that. Okay, well, we get to keep one of these in our opening hand, which I guess if we do, it's going to be like Flame Barrier, because I think that's better for us than like Impervious. I actually should have gone for the card first, the card selection, but I think actually putting that in our opening hand is not bad. Fiendfire, Pommel Strike. We're not really a Fiendfire deck, because if we took that Battle Trance early on, I think we could have actually gone for the Fiendfire, but I think Pommel Strike is worthwhile here. Let's go for an upgrade. What do we want? Bash, True Grit, or Pommel Strike are the 3 upgrades that I'm looking at. And we're going to be fighting against Slime Boss, so we want some more damage. So I actually think Bash is probably the best thing for us here. It's also, like, decent against everything except for Tri-Sentries. We already have 10 block this turn, so let's go for a Pommel Strike. See if we find another attack. We did not, so let's go for the Flame Barrier so we can deal an extra 4 damage to the guy in the center. Alright, Iron Wave is reasonable here. Let's go for the Twins. Can't kill him anyways, so I'm just going to go for the True Grit and get rid of one of these strikes. We're going to take 6 damage. It's not that bad, actually. And this guy should be dead this turn. Problem is we're going to take 5. That's still probably worth it, though. Alright, we get double defend for this turn. We're doing okay so far, though. We haven't taken too much damage, which I'm very thankful for. Just make sure we don't take any more, if I can help it. I think Iron Wave, Twin Strike, and True Grit are the best options. Obviously, I'm going to be a little bummed out if we actually get rid of our Flame Barrier, but we're not really at a point where Flame Barrier is going to be getting us a lot of value anyways. Like, I could just Flame Barrier Twin Strike, but this just deals more damage. It also makes it so that way we just need 2 strikes to be able to kill him on the following turn. All right, we have enough mana. Sundial, thank you, Sundial. I wasn't even paying attention to you. You are actually very helpful, and I didn't even give you the credit you deserved. All right. So far, looking so good. We're taking 5 damage this turn. Okay. Like, we typically take, like, 20 to 25 damage on this fight anyways, so, like, this is not the end of the world. Yeah, lethal. Perfect. Just like double checking. Regen potion is actually really great for us. We don't have any strength, so I'm not going to go for the heavy blade. We don't really need a flex because we don't have any strength, or we don't have anything to take advantage of it really, except for Twin Strike. But I do think Shrug It Off is a reasonable card to take here. I do get to go for an upgrade. Yeah. True Grit or Pommel Strike? I think Pommel Strike is going to be better against the Slime Boss. It's either that or like obviously I want to upgrade the Flame Barrier, the True Grit at some point. I don't necessarily need to upgrade the Twin Strike. Like it would be nice if I think these take priority though. These 3 take priority. I think Pommel Strike is going to be better for us in this fight. Alrighty. Let's go for the Pommel. Did not get anything very useful there. This actually deals more damage. That's funny. We forgot we have 1 extra energy because of our Lantern. Yeah. Lantern OP, OP, OP. Bash. Twin Strike. So we potentially probably could go for the split here this turn. I don't think we have to, though. Let's start with that. So, obviously if we Twin Strike, we'd be able to split him, but we actually don't want to split him here. We want to split him on a better turn. And he's vulnerable for 1 more turn, which is really good for us. So let's go for this. Let's go for this. Let's go for this. It's a much better split, even though it's not great for us. I could see like Bash True Grid or Bash just Strike in general. Could also use a potion too. I feel like I want to use the potion on Flame Barrier though, when or a potion on a card where they're both attacking. We can get some extra value out of them, because right now we really can't. And I think Bash is valuable enough to not get rid of with True Grit, so I actually don't want to split him. Let's go for the True Grits. Because he's vulnerable for 2 more turns. Wow, you're not actually doing anything this turn? What is going on? It's a little disappointing, actually. So we got to split at 1. It's really good for us. Actually, do we try to go for a split on you? We can split you, right? This would be 10, 17, so no, we can't split you. So is it better for us to just go for like triple defend? Or go for like bash defend? We have 2 strikes, and the rest of them are all defensive cards. I think we might just keep this guy at his HP for a little while. Oh, I didn't realize we were frailed. Oh no! Alright, well, we can use like a weak potion on him. I think that's reasonable. Yeah. We'll still stick to our guns here. We are frailed forevers. Might as well just take these out. And we get rid of the slime. Okay. We get the bash. Yeah, let's go for that. That means 2 more turns if we can actually go like all-out attack on him. See if we can get a good split. Pommel Strike. Yeah, let's see where that leads us first before making decisions. Okay, we got multiple attacks, so let's go for it. 13 is a split because it means it's going to take 2 strikes to be, or 3 strikes to be able to kill something. We could take out one of these guys and then be able to make it so we just need 2 strikes for you. Yeah, 13 was a poor number actually to split, so probably I shouldn't have split there, but it looks like it's going to work out. Not bad. Could have played that a little better, but we do get Feed. Fiend Fire, like I said, I don't think is really worthwhile. We don't have any card draw, really, except for, like, 1 Shrug It Off and 1 Pommel Strike. If we had, like, a Battle Trance or something to go with this, I think I would take this. But, and Juggernaut, I don't think we're really a Juggernaut-style deck. If we had, like, more, like, Metallicizes and stuff like that, I think I would consider it. We do have some reasonable cards, so, like, it is probably the second choice here. But I do think that Feed giving us something to work towards to be able to raise our max HP, I think is actually beneficial. To be able to fatal, like it's nice to have 1 card to like fatal damage people or enemies. Well, none of these are really grade A material, that's for sure. It definitely comes down to the bark. Which doubles your potions effectiveness, and we have Slaver's Collar, which is during boss and elite fights you get additional energy. And I'm thinking it's going to be Slaver's Collar. I just wish that we had like a Cursed Key, or I would probably even consider a Busted Crown here or something like that, or an Ectoplasm, or even though like they have downsides to them, it's just like 4 energy is just very important. So I think we take Slaver's Collar just for like those the harder fights. But it's too bad we can't just get like, you know, permanent mana. We do have 250 gold, so it is worthwhile for us to check out the shop if we want to. Is there another shop? There is another shop up here. Okay, so let's just take a peek. We have Collector. Is that his name? Yeah, I think so. I don't remember, but he's the guy that summons the lantern head spirits or whatever they're called. So some AoE damage would be very helpful for this fight. If we could pick up like a cleave or something like that, or maybe even like a whirlwind and upgrade that, I think I would be very happy with that. I wouldn't say like happy with a whirlwind, but because I definitely overvalued that card too for a long time. But like a cleave would be great to be able to pick up at least for this fight. So let's take a peek. We have two elites, but no rest in between. So that's the only sucky part about going that way. And there's one elite going. There's two elites, and there's no rest, but there is a campfire, or not a campfire, a shop in between. And unfortunately, we'd hit a shop here, and then probably just barely have enough gold to like remove a card or get like a potion here. So what are we looking at over here? We have an elite, another elite here. Or we could potentially just skip over all of them and just go for like campfires for days. Do we have enough cards to like upgrade if we actually do that? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 cards we could potentially upgrade that are actually reasonable. I would say this is probably the weakest one. So 1, 2, yeah. So we don't really need to upgrade Twin Strike since it is just a better strike at this moment. But Impervious would be a reasonable one. Feed would be a reasonable one, and Flame Barrier and True Grit are the ones that I'm keeping my eye out for. And I would say, like, this class doesn't necessarily need to go fight elites because like, relics don't really do a lot for this class. The cards for Ironclad are better than typically relics. So being able to just make a better deck is usually your best outcome. So we do get a shop later on, so I think I do go this way. We have 2 combats, and I can decide after here if we want to go fight the elite or go upgrade a card. Let's go for that. Well, it's kind of a crappy turn. Fine. It's the problem with putting Flame Barrier in your hand. This is a lot of combats where they just don't do anything on turn 1, so... Bash does not really do much in this combat, so let's go for Shrug It Off. We gotta defend. This deals more damage, but unfortunately we're gonna draw anything relevant. If I draw like both strikes, I'd actually be pretty happy about that, but maybe we actually do want these in our next hand. Yeah, let's go for this. Okay. Unfortunately, we are frailed for 5 turns. It's a consideration to use this, what's this called? Liquid Memories to go for the Flame Barrier here. And if so, then we get to go for Twin Strike and True Grit. I like that, actually. Let's go for that. We're still taking some damage, but, like, it's bound to happen in this fight especially. Sure. Let's go for the pommel first, see what we draw. Get Iron Wave. There you go. Take no damage. And we got rid of, like, all of his armor. Yeah, that's pretty good for us. So, we do get Impervious, so I will go for that. Just remove some more armor from you. We could potentially feed this turn. Awesome. That worked out. Twin Strike, Heavy Blade, Searing Blow, +1. I don't really want any of these, to be honest. We don't have any strength, so I can't really justify the Heavy Blade. We don't have any, like, armaments or anything to really justify going for the Searing Blow. And, like, Twin Strike is just another strike for the deck, which we don't necessarily need. I think we skip here. I actually don't know what the good and bad faces are for this for this game. I've tried on my own personal runs outside of recording and stuff to try to like figure it out, but it's just like I don't understand which ones they are. But anyways, I think we want to take the 75 gold since we're trying to like shoot for that shop anyways, so. But there is a couple of different faces that I know you can get that are actually beneficial. Like all I know is the good face gives you like 50 gold for every like I think it's like question mark room or something. I don't remember. Something like that. Well, we should Flame Barrier. I guess. And yeah, this is a bash turn if I ever saw one. Just want to set that baby up. The unfortunate thing is we're not going to be able to get feed into our graveyard. Okay. It's too bad. If we had one more attack in our hand, we could actually go for this and just use our energy potion. But unfortunately, that's not how this is going to work out. So, is it better for us to just use the energy potion right now and just go for, like, impervious? It probably is. It saves us 12 HP. That's probably, like, one of the better things that it can do for us. So, I would like to try to set up the feed, but I don't want to take, you know, a ton of damage to try to set it up. So this would be 12. Yeah, that's enough to be able to block. So let's try to get towards the feed. I know that we're like adding cards to our deck though. That okay, we get a turn off. Maybe this might actually happen. Did not happen. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. We didn't get the feed, so not the end of the world. We had no way to put it into our graveyard that turn to shuffle. Let's go for a headbutt. That actually sounds reasonable. I like being able to set up turns. Hey, see the Juzu bracelet? Yeah, activated. Yeah, I'm not going to get a curse, so I'll just lose the HP. Let's go for this one. We have a shop coming up, but I don't know if I necessarily want a regret in my deck to go fight potentially 2 elites. Yeah, I don't think I want that for 2 elites. If it was like 1 elite, I would consider it, but let's go for the 100 gold. I could go for the upgrade over the elite here. Upgrade probably True Grit. I could see upgrading feed. It's between, like, Impervious can wait since it's, like, so good by itself right now. We don't really need to upgrade this until Act 3. Because then, like, blocking for 40 actually, like, makes sense. Against, like, this boss, I could see blocking for 40 being relevant. But for fighting through the Spire so far to get up to the boss, we don't need 40 block from this. So it comes down to, like, Flame Barrier, True Grit, and Feed, I feel like, are the upgrades that we first choose. And I think we prioritize those over anything else. I think we actually go for an upgrade here. That's just a matter of, like, which one do we go for. Like, upgrading... I don't think we need to upgrade Feed. Like, getting 3 max HP, this only goes up to 4. It does deal 12, but I think, like, upgrading True Grit or Flame Barrier is probably more beneficial for us. I'm not sure which one is actually better, though. I like being able to choose the exhaust card from this, and I think I value that too highly, though. Like, where this is just, like, strictly better to upgrade. I value the... the choosing of a card to be upgraded, to be exhausted, very highly, probably over this upgrade, which might be incorrect. Because Flame Barrier is just a stronger card in general, and it's kind of like another Impervious, so I think I do actually go for the upgrade on this. So we have basically 2 Imperviouses in our deck. I do not think we turn into a Vampire. We already have... Basically, we would get an additional 2 strikes. We've already gotten rid of 2. We only have 3 strikes left, so it just adds 2 more cards to our deck. Excuse me. Oh, my goodness. I think we refuse this. We don't need it. I could go for another upgrade here instead of the combat. I get to go for the True Grit if that's the case. This is the last option to go fight an elite. Actually, no, we have 1 more. Okay, so yeah, let's go for an upgrade here. And let's go for the True Grit. We get Kunai. Every time I play 3 attacks, we get an additional dexterity, so that's actually very helpful. And now we get to choose if we want the feed, or if we want to go for, probably Impervious would be the other one. I could see Impervious being really good here, especially like we might not get a chance to upgrade if we actually choose to go fight this elite. Let's go for the Impervious. Like the feat is nice in getting the extra 1 max HP and 2 damage, but ooh, these are all good. Yes, yes, and yes. Buying spree. Well, from there, what do we do? We have 236 gold. I actually do think we take an Anger, but this is like an upgrade right away. As much as I don't want to buy this, like I think we could probably get it. We'd have to upgrade it regardless. And since we're like bottlenecked on mana anyways, I feel like Anger will come in handy. It'll just give us like an extra attack the longer the game goes on. And we can card removal service one of these. From there, do we go with a regen potion? Number 2, do we go with a Essence of Steel? I feel like Essence of Steel might actually give us some more HP than a regen pot. And we don't really want Metamorphosis. It's not very good for us. Shuffle 3 random attacks into your draw pile. They cost 0 this combat. And Forethought, which is put a card from your hand on the bottom of your draw pile. It costs 0 until played. I could see Seeing Red actually being reasonable. The only issue is we just picked up an Anger, and I mean, it does work really well with like Pommel Strike and Shrug It Off because it does put extra cards into our hand. So Seeing Red actually might get some value. And since we're like, you know, low on mana resource, I feel like that's worthwhile. Yeah, let's go for it. Upgrade all strikes and defends. Yes, please. Oh, I didn't realize we have another shop. Wow, I shouldn't have bought that then. No. We do have Red Skull, which is at 50% HP or less. We have 3 additional strength. That's really strong. And Cauldron be able to give us 5 potions, but it's not really as strong as the Red Skull. I think we take Red Skull, though. Yeah, like, we don't really need any of these potions. We don't really want to... We don't have to remove any cards right now, so... Let's go for it. We do have Flame Barrier for this turn. That's fantastic. We have plenty of block. We have 20... We have 15... 29, so we're gonna take 3 damage. That's fine. We can take 3 damage. I actually think we're gonna headbutt and put Flame Barrier back on top of our deck though, because it's very strong. It's very, very, very strong. Oh, Tori, thank you. Saving me some extra damage there. Appreciate you. We could actually just strike you. So 17. They're attacking me for 20. Let's just go for this because we're probably going to just True Grit. Ooh. Never mind. We're going to go after you because you deal the most amount of damage. And yeah, we'll just get rid of one of these defends. All right, we're taking no damage, and we got one of them killed, so we got a feed. I don't know if we can necessarily get the feed working here. Let's go for the Shrug It Off and see where that leads us. Flame Barrier number 2 or number 3 this game. I gotta say, like, one of the more exciting things that we picked up was Clockwork Souvenir. I know I didn't go over this, but like being able to get one artifact for every combat is very strong. So like I think this is like a really undervalued relic. It's very, very powerful to just give you 1 artifact. And then I obviously picked up Bag of Preparation, which is start each combat with an additional 2 cards. So it's just like the same thing as what the Silence starts off with, the Ring of the Snake or whatever it's called. It's very similar to that. So, and obviously Tori is fantastic. So yeah. We unfortunately can't kill this, right? Cannot. So we have 16. Ooh, we actually can. Oh, max HP. Oh, baby. All right, I guess we're taking damage this turn. Thank you for the wounds. That is one of the downsides of playing against leaving this guy last. I actually think we go for defend, getting rid of that. Not that it matters, because we're going to kill him on the following turn, but... Get Blood Vial, so that way at the start of each combat we gain additional 2 HP. Do we take another Headbutt? Headbutt is really good, especially with, like, Flame Barrier, Iron Wave, True Grit, Bash, being able to grab the Impervious that we didn't cast in the previous turn. I could see getting another Headbutt here being worthwhile. We also have been getting rid of a lot of strikes, so I do think it's actually worth it. And if we go for an upgrade, what do we get? Probably the Anger. Yeah, that just feels like it does the most amount of damage over the course of a game, so... Okie dokie. So we need to go for the Seeing Red. We do get to double Headbutt if we do that. And I definitely want Pommel. I actually should have done this the other way around because I want the other Headbutt on top. Because that one deals more damage. Yeah, should have done that the other way around. So we're going to take some extra points of damage because of that, but not the end of the world. I actually do think we want to put Flame Barrier on top, but let's go with this first to make sure I don't draw anything that's relevant here. We don't need to shrug it off, but let's set it up so that way next turn we can go for the Flame Barrier. I could prevent all the damage this turn, or I could deal 9 damage. What are we drawing? Anything that deals 10? Twin Strike. We're drawing Anger as well. It's probably worth taking 0 damage this turn. I actually could have gone for the Plate Armor too, I just realized. And also we have the Explosive Potion, which deals 10. Yeah, I should have gone for that then. Because now we have nothing that deals 9. Well, we could take on one of these. We'll go for this. Since that potion actually doesn't really do a lot for us, like later on in the games, it just makes sense to go for it here. I don't necessarily think we want a True Grit, so... So I definitely could have gotten an additional, like, block, one block out of that, but... Ordering matters, right? This deals 9. Okay. Now we can go after you. Perfect. So he's debuffing us. Which debuff stays? So we didn't get weakened? Interesting. Do I actually Flame Barrier, Headbutt, put the Flame Barrier back on top? I think he attacks again next turn. I don't know his cycles very well. My gut's telling me he does, but let's get rid of that defend. He does not. Ugh. So that was just a waste. Which means he's probably doing it next turn, or at least the other guys are attacking next turn, so I might as well set it up for the next turn. As crappy as that is. I might as well feed on him because we're just never going to get value out of that card. Maybe a Pipe Dream to get value out of that. Yeah. Yeah. The issue with doing that is we lose 2 Plate Armors right away. So I think you go for the regen pot here. Alright, so we have +3 strength. Do we want any of these on top of our deck? He's attacking next turn, like, almost assuredly. Almost makes me think we actually want to defend on top of our deck. Yeah, I think he's attacking next turn, so I think putting the defend on top is better for us. I'm very glad we did. Okay, I can get 3 attacks in. 2, 3. That way you actually get the decks. Does he attack next turn? That I like. Ugh. I guess we could just like hedge our bets and put an Iron Wave on top. That sounds reasonable. He does not. Okay, well we have Pummel. Hopefully that draws us into more gas. Alright, not too bad. 61 HP. He's not even attacking this turn. That's fantastic for us. Let's go for the headbutt. And I think... do we put Anger on top? He's going to be vulnerable for next turn. Just having another zero mana way to be able to deal damage to him might be reasonable. So we might not have needed that potion if that's the case, but yeah. Lethal. Perfect. Act 2 complete. Another feed? Nah. Brutality? Probably not. But Juggernaut... we ignored you before. This might just be a skip, though. As crazy as that sounds. I wish we knew what our Act 3 boss was going to be. To see if I actually had the time. When we also don't know if we're going to be getting an extra mana here. Extra energy relic. I'm not sure. I think we take Juggernaut, though. I mean, like, Brutality has, like, merit. Especially if we get an extra mana. I don't think we necessarily need another feed, though. We only really want, like, one card that deals fatal damage and get bonuses from that. Like, I could choose none of these and be fine. It's just, like, do we want to try out, like, Juggernaut, or do we want to, like, try to make Brutality work? Like, Brutality does work if we find an additional mana here. Juggernaut does get quite a bit of value. If we had like a Metallicize, that'd be fantastic for it, but we do block quite frequently, especially with like the Iron Wave in our deck too. And we keep wanting to go for the headbutt flame barriers. Like this is a card that scales. So I think we try that. Oh, baby. Snecko, Philosopher's Eye, Philosopher's Stone, and Pandora's Box. Well, we're definitely not taking Pandora's Box. That is unnecessary risks. Philosopher's Stone or Snecko's Eye. The issue is we just picked up the Anger. So Snecko's Eye and Anger do not work well together. That is a card we can just, like, remove, though. We have Impervious, Flame Barrier, Bash to be able to take advantage of. I think we just take the Philosopher's Stone, even though I realize that this is probably just way better. I mean, we just don't have a lot of cards to take advantage of this right now. Like, we just pick up the Juggernaut, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 cards that cost 2 mana. This is probably the correct play, but I'm going to take the Philosopher's Stone. Just so that way we actually have the additional mana. So our enemies are going to get +1 strength, but we get an additional energy. That is what that does. This is the way. So we have 2 stores. Interesting. We could just go this way or go like this way, though, after that first store. And we do have a combat. We do a fight elite here, at least, and we potentially could go to this shop, too. We don't, like, need to go to shops, but, I don't know, just having more options, especially since we already have, like, the membership card early on, might be worthwhile. So this is probably a good turn for Seeing Red, right? Let's go after the ones that are going to be putting a block next turn. I already have 10 block. Well, like, We know for certain we're going to be attacking these guys. We're not really left with, like, a lot to do here. We have, like, 3 extra mana. So I guess we, like, shrug it off and try to see if we can find another attack here. We did. Did we just put, like, Iron Wave on top? Sounds reasonable. And I guess we could just get rid of, like, the defend. So much block. Unnecessary block for that turn. Juggernaut. Like, we just miss out on double striking this turn, if that's the case. We do get some value out of it, though. We missed out on, like, 1 strike's worth of damage. So I did find out. So from what I found out from playing Feed against these 3 guys, is I think you have to kill the last one with Feed, in case you're wondering. So Feed does work on these. From what I can tell, I think I tried it last time and it worked. But you have to kill the last one. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Do we want, like, put, like, Flame Barrier on top? I think that might be reasonable. We don't necessarily need to bash here. The problem is if we don't bash... then we're, like, left to, like, feed. I think we definitely go for these. It's just like, do we go for the bash or do we go for the headbutt? We don't necessarily have to feed here, though. I do think it's, like, the 10 damage is very helpful, though. I think we go for this, because I don't think we need the bash. And yeah, we're going to put Flame Barrier on top, because they're probably, I would say at least these 2 are attacking next turn. Goodbye, feed. Still taking quite a bit of damage here. Let's see if we can draw some more defensive cards. We drew Impervious. Yes. Prevents so much damage this turn. Thank you. Thank you, Impervious. This is why you're in the deck. Making those big-time plays for us. Well, we definitely want this one dead, right? Yeah, like 100%. Does that deal? Yeah, that deals more damage. Huh. Well, it doesn't matter because they're all dead here. Awesome. We only took 11 damage from this fight. That's really good for us. Awesome. Another Iron Wave, another Pommel Strike. I don't know if we need these. Pommel Strike's a consideration. Iron Wave, if we could upgrade it, I think would be worthwhile, but we want to upgrade, like, the Juggernaut. We also want to kind of upgrade the Seeing Red. So we already have 2 upgrades that take priority over that. I think we just skip here. Let's go. Okay, so we're going to take out the guy in the middle. Done and done. We're going to be Iron Waving. Actually, I want to draw a card because we have 5 mana to work with here. And it's not really worth it for us to go for the feed. So I guess we just Flame Barrier. That way the guy takes at least 6 more damage. So we just can take him out with, like, a strike or something. We got Juggernaut. So we actually do want to kill this before I play the defend. Yeah, we do. Still have anger. Let's go for the Pommel Strike and see if I draw, like, Seeing Red or anger. Awesome. We got anger. So just some extra value for this turn. What do we want on top of our deck? Probably just, like, Bash would be fine. So we could actually, like, potentially try to kill it next turn. I don't think it'll happen because I'm pretty sure we saw what our... Yeah. I forgot that we had all the... I remember we had 2. I just thought we had, like, a defend or something in there. We do have a defend in there. That's just rude. That's just rude. We're just gonna cast that. We're taking an extra 14 damage. I should have just put the Flame Barrier on top. I was thinking about it, and I was like, nah, Bash, because we'll just find a way to be able to kill him. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha. At least we got a feed. Kind of redeemed ourselves there. Intimidate. Definitely not Hemokinesis, because we don't really need that right now. I wouldn't mind, like, taking damage to be able to deal... Taking loss of HP to deal damage, but we just don't need it. And Warcry is a decent one because it's not dead ever. It also sets up plays. Be able to put like feed on top of our deck and stuff like that. I kind of like that. Weak is really, really good, but the problem is we don't really have much card draw. We just have 2 cards that draw cards, and that's it. So I think we should go for the Warcry. I would like to go for the Intimidate, but we just don't have any ways to take advantage of it. So we have 4 mana to work with every turn. So we don't necessarily need the Madnesses. Do we have any ways to take advantage of 0 casting cost cards, other than, like, obviously the Pommel Strikes and the Struggets? Not really. Like, if we have more card draw, I definitely would take these Madnesses here. I just don't think it's actually, like, going to fit our deck. So I think we're just going to lose 5 max HP over that. It's unfortunate. Remove a card from your deck. Sure. Do we just go for the strike? I think that is the worst card in this deck. Yeah, I think it is. Alright. So we do have 2 shops. 185 gold. We get Thread and Needle. Oh my god. Do we have enough? Yes, we do have enough to get the Metallicize. Oh my god. Sorry, Apotheosis, but you're a little late to the party, and we already have, like, almost all of our deck upgraded already. You would have been fantastic early on, but Thread and Needle, hell yeah. And Metallicize for, like, another Thread and Needle effect, yeah. Especially with us just picking up that, that Juggernaut. So now we definitely want to go upgrade Juggernaut. And then upgrade probably not Shrug It Up, Metallicize right after. Looking pretty cool. Looking pretty cool. We don't have enough mana to be able to go... mana. We don't have money to go for the shop here. I do like us fighting this elite because we actually are able to go to a campfire right after. I do realize we run the risk of fighting like Nemesis. And even Sneck, actually. What's her name? Sneck lady, I can't remember. The Snecko lady. Reptomancer, there we go. Reptomancer actually would be a problem for us because we just don't have much AoE, or any. We actually just have Flame Barrier, which is not really the same thing. Let's go for Pommel Strike and see where that leads us. I guess we go for Shrug It Off, see where that leads us. Juggernaut, yeah, there we go. That's the type of thing I was hoping for. Might as well just use the Seeing Red. Do we want to put... probably Pommel Strike and Anger on top? And I might as well just True Grit to get rid of a Defend here. See, this is great. The Thread and Needle is working with the Juggernaut, so... fantastic. Ooh, yes! Okay, so we already have 7 block. Let's go for the Warcry. Well, we're not going to need to defend for this turn, so... yeah, so much damage. I love it, Juggernaut. Some synergies galore. Absolutely love it. There we go. Saving the Impervious for later. Because I know you're going to start hitting us pretty big in the next couple of turns. Let's go for the Shrug It, see where that leads us. We got Iron Wave, which is going to be double attacks here. Oh my god. So good. Do we save the feed? I mean, it's kind of like a pipe dream to be able to set up the feed on him. Is it worth the 7 damage? It's actually 10 damage right now. 16 damage, excuse me? Did I miss something? 16 damage? Why is it 16 damage? I see the vulnerable, but oh, it's because of the right, the slow effect. Right. Yeah, I think this is Pipe Dream. Okay, well, this is the turn where we actually need to put up some blocks, so... And I think he's attacking next turn, so it's better for us to put Flame Barrier on top, put the Headbutt on top, which means I actually could have gotten probably another point or two of block there. It's probably the best thing we can do. Yeah. That we can actually like try to set it up and try to kill him real soon. So we might not have to Impervious. No, I still think we will. Because we're going to have to block this turn. There's no way we can kill him. I actually don't think we need the Bash anymore. Put Pommel Strike back on top, or do we put Anger back on top? We have two... I think we saw 2 or 3 Angers in the deck. So I think we go for Pommel Strike. See if we can draw a couple more of those. That and he's just like dead, yeah. Oddly Smooth Stone, sweet. Feel No Pain. Do we actually have things that exhaust? We have Impervious, we have Feed, we have True Grit, we have Warcry, we have Seeing Red. That's not really enough. We don't have anything that continuously, other than True Grit, that's the only thing that continuously gets us value out of that. And we don't have any strength, really, so Sword Boomerang doesn't do anything for us, and Wild Strike is just, like, not worth it either. So let's go for the upgrade. Metallicize Buddy. Well, that's unfortunate. We're not really going to be able to take advantage of that. Let's go for another upgrade here. Seeing Red. We'll probably shrug it off, since we're kind of going for more of like a defensive route anyways. Not Cultist. What's his name? My goodness. Yeah. The guy that has the sack dagger in him. I feel like more defensive cards are just better for us, but like this costing 0 mana is reasonable. Shrug it off and Seeing Red. I think it doesn't matter, honestly. What the heck? Thank you, DivX. You're doing this again. Go away! I've already installed you and you're still doing this. Sure, we're not getting to the shop anyways, so let's go. Nemesis. This is going to be the hardest one. Let's go for a pommel, see if we can actually find ourselves. I was hoping for a bash there, but oh well. Do I want anything on top for next turn? I actually do want the Flame Barrier because I know he's going to be attacking next turn. But the problem is if we do that, then I am losing out on some damage this turn. I'm only losing out on 7 damage, though. Because I know he's going to be attacking next turn, so it's better for us to just put the Flame Barrier on top. Yeah. Money, money, money. So, 24 damage. Yeah, we have to shrug it. True Grit. We don't need to cast True Grit, so we can go for the Headbutt. And if we're going to be attacking next turn, we probably want, like, Pommel Strike on top. Yeah. Let's go. Hopefully we draw a Juggernaut. That would be great. Yeah, we got it. see if we draw any other defensive cards. Maybe we want Warcry. Got Bash and Burn. No more defensive cards, huh? Well, we do have 8 block here. I could afford to put the feed on top. It's not like, you know, we'll just put the burn on. Just make sure we take no damage. That's the name of the game. And I say that. Then we just take all the damage. Okay. Okay, game. Okay. Okay. I want to save Heart of Iron. I guess we use the plated essence here. Wish we had any of our big block cards actually in here, because then I would have considered it. Do we do Bash? He's vulnerable for next turn. I don't know if we're necessarily going to be able to kill him. If we draw like Pommel Strike and all the angers with it, we definitely could have a chance. Do we just go for another defend? If we can lethal him, then I should go for the feed. If I think we can lethal him, we should go for the feed. But obviously there's 12 cards in our deck, and we don't know what order we're going to be drawing them in. I do like remember kind of like what's in the deck. But it could take 2 turns to be able to kill him with a bash. I think we just play it safe and go for a defend, since like we keep getting attacked. Ouch. That was quite painful, my friend. He's not even attacking. Ugh. Okay, so then do we just like flame barrier? Actually, does this kill him? 15? Yes, it does. Hell yeah. Let's go for it. Hey. Incense Burner is fantastic. Thank you. We don't really need any of these. Rampager's fine. We just don't have ways to like cycle through our deck though enough. And we're kind of going for more like a defensive build anyways. And there's not really much here in terms of defense. I would say Clothesline's the closest thing, but... Alright. Let's make sure we don't die here. Flame Barrier is very useful. Thank you. So that blocks everything. We just gotta focus on one of these guys. We actually could Flame Barrier again. Yeah, let's Flame Barrier again. I guess we didn't need to. Okay. Well, thanks for that. Let's go for the Pommel Strike. Let's go for the Warcry, and I guess put Flame Barrier on top, since I know they're both attacking next turn. Of course, we drew Shrug It Off. I didn't even notice. Goofy, Goober. Yeah. I actually do want to try to set up this feed. Yeah, we don't have... Right. We don't have Juggernaut up. Okay. You want me to go after that one. So much block. We do have the feed, so let's feed on this guy. I don't know why I went for Metallicized. Sure went for the draw first, but there we go. Doesn't matter. Disarm. We have Cleave as an option too. Do we actually need the Cleave though at this point? It's a Cleave plus. Disarm is probably better. I wish Disarm didn't exhaust. Like, it just was like lose 1 strength or whatever. That'd be kind of cool. And then for upgrade, it'd be just like lose 2 strength. But, you know, I understand why it is the way it is, because it would have been overpowered probably at that point. Because just like the fact that it's a skill is just cool. I feel like it should have been a power if that was the case, but... And the power would go onto your enemy. We do have power through, which is actually something I should consider too, because we actually do have True Grit to be able to get rid of the wounds. Does gum up our draws a little bit. So it definitely comes down to like these 3. I would say like this one is the most powerful. This one's going to be better to take out the little enemies early on against the boss, the cultists. That's really all it's there for. How many, like, strike kind of cards do we have? This doesn't really count. That's, like, it's a half and half card. So we got, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... It's really not that many, actually. We're pretty defensive. Holy crap. We are very defensive. I think we should go for the disarm. Just better for the longevity of the fight. And we'll go to the store, because we could pick up like a potion that's slightly better. Or we don't have enough money for you. That's unfortunate. I was going to say, or we could pick up an impervious. But... all of our potions are great. So, yeah, this looks like a stupid move, but we didn't have to fight the last elite, which probably would have been Reptomancer. We probably would have died to Reptomancer, so it actually was fun. Yeah, I don't think we buy anything here, as crazy as that sounds. Okay. Okay. And then we just heal up. Let's go. Time for battle. So we're just popping literally everything. So last fight. Gotta go out with a bang, you know? Let's go for Pommel Strike first. Seeing red. Cool. Let's go for Warcry. Warcry. What do we want on top of the deck next turn? Probably Flame Barrier, right? Probably the best card for us. Yeah, I mean, like, we're just never going to get that active. Actually, I think we're going for Pommel Strike next turn. Intangible goes off. Nice. And Flame Barrier for this turn. This is crazy. Deal 11, or deal 10. Let's go after this guy. Pervious. We actually want Flame Barrier again. Alright, we got some decks out of that turn. So far, so good. Metallicize and Juggernauts. Is there a way to be able to just, like, kill him, though? Not really with this hand. Okay. I think we take our beats this turn. And to set up the Metallicize. We took 2 damage. We took 1 damage because of Tori. Oh my god, that was actually insane. Oh boy, let's go for the Shrug It Off. See where that takes us. Takes us down to the Paradise City. Let's see. Yeah, Flame Barrier, obviously. And I think we can get rid of this strike. No, we'll just deal the extra damage. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah. And yeah. And, yeah. And yeah, and yeah, oh yeah, and headbutt. How's that? Headbutt, putting Pommel Strike, putting Iron Wave, or Flame Barrier. What are our next couple of turns? We have enough block for next turn, so let's go for Pommel Strike, since we have plenty of block. This is going very well. I don't know about you, but I'm having a good time. Having a grand old time. How much block do we actually have every turn? 17? Oh my god. We could save the Impervious for when he actually goes into his final form. This isn't even my final form! 13 block. Oh my goodness. So much dexterity. So we have enough to, like, block him, right? So 28. Yeah, we're doing fine in that department. We have 30 block the next turn. Okay, so I guess, and, like, we just go for Pommel Strike again. Saving you, Impervious. We're saving you, bro. Let's go for the Pommel. That's a lot of anger. Must really have daddy issues if you know. Oh, so much anger. So we are able to set it up so that way the Headbutt can actually put something on top of our deck. What do we want on top of our deck? Do we want, like, Impervious to make sure we don't take a bunch of damage? Do we want Bash? I think we want Bash, right? This is actually, yeah, this is going to be intangible next turn. So yeah, this is actually perfect for us. And I think we don't need another anger. So let's go for the strike here. So intangible. We don't need another defend. There we go. 50 HP taken off of him on turn 1. That's a lot of anger. Oh my god. So much anger and frustration taken out on this little awakened one. Oh boy. Well, this is a game. This is more like a slaughter, let's be fair. I think we have more angers in our deck than we do actual regular cards. Oh my god, this is so funny. All right, what do we want? Like, yeah, like, yeah. We might as well take, like, Iron Wave, since that deals double damage, basically, because of our Juggernaut. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, was that lethal? I didn't even... I was just playing, just kind of going along with it. 808 damage. We got that 808 drum. That was fantastic. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that episode. That was a lot of fun. An hour and 12 was a little over what I was hoping. I'm trying to keep these under an hour, but man, that was just way too fun. I'm so happy that we actually got that win. Let's see if we get what we get for a score. Let's go for the Ascension unlock. And I want to make sure I click this proceed button before we continue, because if I don't and I shut down my computer, then all of a sudden I lose all progress. So without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate all the love, all the support you guys have been giving me. It's just like, I don't know, it's mind-boggling that people actually care about this game, because it's an older game, I guess, now, and not really in the spotlight. So, but I'm glad that they are still putting out updates every once in a while, trying to make upgrades to the game. So it's just a lot of fun to be able to play, and it's a cool little, like, solo mode game for us, or especially for me to play, and I love that. So appreciate all the support you guys have been giving me lately. All the love is greatly appreciated, and that's gonna do it. So make sure you do something positive today. You know, go for that walk, eat something a little healthier, work on that project that you've been putting off that maybe will take you places, you know. Or just try to flesh out an idea, you know. Try to come up with a plan for yourself, so that way you can start to move forward in life. And just one small thing every single day to work towards that goal will snowball into something big for you, so you can build a little snowman out of it. So have yourself a great night, great day, wherever you are. Good luck, and grind on.